Microphone check 1, 2. Good morning, everybody. How's it going today? Biff, back with you again. Hopefully, it won't be too rough. I'm just fighting a bad cold, and that's why I wasn't on yesterday. I was on Monday. I think it was on Monday. My wife was doing some other stuff, so I got on. But even then, I had a scratch in my throat, and that's how it always starts for me, is a scratchy throat. And so Monday I had the scratchy throat. It kind of devolved into some nastiness on Tuesday. Tuesday night, Tuesday overnight, I had fever. So I had a fever around midnight, 2 a.m. I was waking up every couple of hours. I was sleeping on the couch so that my wife could sleep because she works early in the morning. I want her to get a good night's sleep. And my daughter goes to school. I don't want to be upstairs coughing and hacking and stuff. I was taking cough medicine, which actually, after I started taking the cough medicine on Tuesday night, um, around 6 at night, and then I took it at 10. I took it again at 2. And I took it again the next morning at 6. Every 4 hours you could take it. So actually, at about the third dose of the medicine at about 2 a.m. is when it finally started kicking in, and I wasn't coughing as much. Um, but then I had a fever too. So I had about 100.5 degree temperature. Um, and that happened at like 2 in the morning. I checked again at 4. It was still like 100.5. I got up, got my daughter to school, came home, just basically crashed on the couch Wednesday and yesterday. Slept pretty much on Wednesday. Um, Actually, step back. That was Tuesday night. Tuesday night, I did the medication. I had the fever Tuesday night, but then last night, which was Wednesday night, I didn't have a fever. And I'm sorry, I don't work, so just keeping track of my days here. So yeah, I've been 24 hours without a fever. So according to my daughter's school, 24 hours without a fever and without taking any medication to mitigate the fever would indicate that I'm no longer contagious. So still having a little bit of cough, still having some phlegm coming up and stuff. So if I quick break away from everything, I will be right back, but yeah, just dealing with this cold. So don't know how I got it. Don't know where I got it. Just, and some sneezing now. You can hear the cough. I'll try to, like I said, I'll try to hit the button to mute the mic and stuff. But today we're going to go back and look at again. We're going to look at first. We're going to look at, is there any deal? Nothing's changed on there. Nothing that I want to buy right now. Still waiting for Falcon Collection to come down. Beam NG. So we have some of those on there. Close these other tabs, I think. I can close those. Let's see what's open here. Stream Deck, OBS Studio. We can close Epic Game Store. There was nothing on there that I wanted. Okay, so those all got to be open. That's open for now. Let's look at Steam. Come over here and check out Steam. My Steam discovery queue, which hasn't been really exciting this last week, to be honest. Conquest Dark. Experience an ARPG's rapid ascension to power in minutes, packed with savage, survivors-like action and devastating sword and sorcery combat. Perfect. Perfect your build through Dark Ritual. No. Drive Beyond Horizons. Rev up your engines and venture into the unknown with Drive Beyond Horizons. I don't need these on. I only have those on. When the game doesn't have any audio, I only have those on to check the audio, to make sure the audio is working. So, and the game that I'm playing today doesn't have any audio, so rev up your engines, venture into the unknown with Drive Beyond Horizons. Conquer dynamic landscapes. Customize. How do you conquer dynamic landscapes? Customize your ride. Unearth hidden treasures. Get ready for heart-pounding challenges and endless excitement. Your adventure starts now. 25 bucks. What do people say? The long drive, but less fun. But with less fun bugs and more annoying ones. It's rubbish, the end. Trash game, nothing works or saves. The whole thing is corrupt. I think this is the best driving survival game I have ever played. If you enjoyed the long drive, you will enjoy this for sure. Now, it doesn't say that they got it for free, so these are recent views posted today. Negative, April 4th. It's the game the long drive community has been waiting for in the hands of studios that actually cares and isn't making a meme. It is, however, still not quite playable in its current state. It's fair for the people who consider purchasing this game in EA to understand that it actually is very buggy. That was April 4th, and people are still saying it's buggy. Now, we have some responses from the devs, with this one response in particular. Hey, thanks a ton for the awesome feedback. It means a lot. Super glad you're enjoying the ride and the radio too. But more important to me would be like responding to the negative comments. We're working hard on getting the bugs out. So this was from April 1st. Came out March 24th. Let's look and see what the update history is like. Okay, so it actually looks like it was it April 4th of last year that it came out? 2025. So it came out. It's still in early access. So it says it was released in March of this year. but it's been out and in development, it looks like, for about a year. Patch notes June 15th. 3 other ones last June, 2 in August, 2 in September, 1 in November. So nothing between November 24th, so December, January, February, March, basically. So no updates for 4 months. And now there's a hot fix on March 24th. So no updates. There is one December 20th. Hmm. The wait is finally over. We're excited to announce that Drive Beyond Horizons will officially launch on March 24th. But doesn't sound... We increased the spawn rate level. Okay, there's more in here. So that page wasn't totally accurate. That update page, because they've done a lot of stuff since that March 24th one, but it does not show up in the update section, in the update menu. So there's updates. It said March 24th, but there's a ton of updates. March 24th, hotfix, we increased spawn rate level. But then on the 25th, there's a ton of new features, improvements, and bug fixes. Of course, when you add new features, what are you going to get? You're going to get more bugs. Crash fixes, stabilization phase, building a stronger DBH together, new features and enhancements, general improvements, bug fixes, interface and usability, multiplayer and interaction, world and items. That was on March 27th. We're doing everything we can to improve overall game stability. We're actively working on fixing bugs related to tires, collisions, and other core systems. Excuse me. So it is early access. Important message about save files. That's a pretty lengthy message. After driving over 100 kilometers, your progress will no longer be saved due to the critical bug. That's not good. Well, at least you know. Stop at 99. Temporary removal. We wanted to give you a quick update on the recent temporary removal of Drive Beyond Horizons from the Steam store. Earlier this week, our game was targeted by a DMCA takedown request regarding the use of music track. We wanted to clarify immediately. The music used in our game is fully original and built using royalty-free samples from Splice, a platform that allows commercial use for all licensed users. Okay. That was on March 29th, March 30th. Game's still not available for new players in the store, but they do have bug fixes and improvements. Hotfix, frames per second drops with distance. They've tried to fix it twice. Did they fix it the second time? I still continue to monitor the system closely. That's of March 31st. So yeah, there's a lot of updates and stuff. This one on April 4th has 10, 20, 35, maybe 40 improvements to the game that are detailed. Patch notes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on the 6th, April 6th. Another 30. We just pushed a new update addressing several bugs and visual improvements and systems polish based on your reports. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30, 25 maybe. So yeah, they're working on the game. April 26th, April 26th. April 27th. So they're working on it. So if you're thinking about getting the game and you're looking at the update history, it's going to show you March 24th. There's a lot, as like the last update, there's a lot of other updates past that. Just click on that one and then wait for it to load and then scroll up because there's a ton of other ones. So I don't want to shortchange it. It looks like they're working on the game a lot. And so maybe I'll just, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll just, guys are in muscle shirts. Yeah, maybe I'll just follow it. Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves is a story-rich open-world action RPG with a high degree of freedom. You wake from your slumber as Rover. Is that the Mars rover? Joined by a vibrant cast of resonators on a journey to reclaim your lost memories and change the world. How come it's always about lost memories? Yeah, I'm not going to play that. I don't think. Dead Zone Rogue. Yeah, I'm not really into that. First person shooters are just not my thing. Little Sim World. Not going to do that one. Starvaders. No. Crusader Kings Cons of the Steppe. No. I mean, if I played Crusader Kings a lot, which I played it when it first came out, I played some of Crusader Kings 2. This is for Crusader Kings 3, as it states up here, 3. I played Victoria 2, Victoria 3, Europa Universalis. I've got like 400 or 500 hours in that. I still don't understand the game. That's fun to play though. Hearts of Iron 4. If I could get these, if the devs would give them to me, I'd probably play the game more. I'd probably stream it on my stream. But I'm not going to pay like $20 for every time one comes out, Just not into it that much. Next one, Skin Deep. No. Badlands Crew. No. Infinity Nikki. No. MotoGP 25. No, I do ride motorcycles. If I was younger, I'd probably get a street bike like this, but I'm not. And what's this? 2 Pixelia. Okay. We already started up the game. So let's come back here. Let's come back here to main. What am I streaming at? My video looks kind of. It says 1080p. It's the source. It looks better on my. It looks better over here than on the screen over here. Play a collection of Star Wars games included with Prime. Explore now. Claim game. Star Wars. Lego Star Wars. Here, get that one. Legos, they're all Lego Star Wars. Oh, Star Wars Galactic Battleground Saga. Let's get that one. Oh, where's this one at? This one is on Good Old Games. Okay, I'm not going to do that now then. All right. So today we are back in Fields of Fire. Let me go back over here and get these lined up so that I can just hop back and forth between them. Because there's only two, let's see, that screen there, that one, 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 that one. Okay. There's only two that I want open. I want that one, and I want that one, and that one, and that one. Okay. And that one. Okay. Okay, so here we are again in Fields of Fire. Been watching more videos and stuff. This game is so deep. There's so much stuff going on. It's like, man. I'm trying to get the basics down though. So we are in the let's see, page 48 is what we're doing. We're doing the run number 2, potential contact system. So basically this is, and I'm trying to come to grips with kind of like this stuff here. We've eliminated one machine gun. So we have 2 machine guns left. So, but we have multiple machine guns in our course enemies package list here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess I could always pick a squad and trench and then pick another one. Maybe I would get 5 squad and trench. I already have 2 foxholes out there, so I don't have any more foxholes available to draw. So I'm very limited. I'm limited to artillery. I'm limited to squad and trench, and I'm limited to this one down here, where I could actually pick another squad and trench or something, I guess. Because if you look over here, got foxholes here, foxholes here. We got the 2 machine guns here. 1 machine gun's been eliminated. I'm gonna take these off here because I think there's more stuff on these cards. Game notes. Is there a state? Game notes. I don't know what you're supposed to do with these. Game notes. I don't know. There's no state. I thought maybe there'd be notes on how to use the mod. Okay, also, we've already used, there is no forward observer. There's only this. And so this can't be used again, I don't think. There's no spotter for it. It doesn't say, like, it only says 1 incoming volume of fire marker. So I would assume that once that's used up, it can't be pulled again as a contact. I don't know. So right now this is the situation. We got a bunch under here, got a bunch under here, bunch under here, bunch under here. We're on turn 4. We're not using the communication rules, so basically everybody's in communication with everybody else, including the CO. So what we're going to do is, I want to follow this more closely, because I found one of the streamers that I was watching, he tended to jump ahead on this. Like he was saying, he was planning out his move. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I'm like, okay. But then he go, okay, now let's move this guy up here. And then he hadn't drawn a card yet to even see if he had any orders. And then he's like, oh, I got, draw a card. He went back and went through that. Just a couple of things. See, for me, it's like step by step by step. because it makes it easier. It makes it easier to understand. It makes it easier to learn the flow of the game. And that's a danger, in my opinion. I mean, you can see 96 page manual, all of this stuff. And so that's one of the dangers, I think, of learning the game. You get ahead of yourself, and then your viewers are kind of getting a little bit lost as to where you are in the process. So yeah, it's so the machine gun team is pinned. It's going to be all pinned down here. Which is the best way to go? These woods probably, right? Even though there's automatic fire on there. I mean, what turn? We're on turn 4. I think we have 10 turns to clear this, to clear these right here. What do we have? Objectives listed for CAC Run 1. So let's go find Run 1. Run 1. So Run 1 is on page 34. It's 34, 48. I didn't put... for this first one, assuming the CO is always in communication with the platoon HQs and uses deliberate defense. It says there are unlimited fire missions available. It doesn't say for both sides. But I mean, if there's no spotter, I mean, you can just every turn get stuff coming down. Now, it doesn't say... It doesn't say where the... we're using a potential contact system, so this isn't set up like this. It doesn't say where the... I mean, over here it says... Initiating objectives listed for a CAC Run 1. For Runs 2 and 3, you must also clear all the PC markers. But I don't see where it says objectives listed. It says CAC Run 1. It doesn't have the counters out here either. Orders. Okay. See, it doesn't. Oh, let's go back. Let's scroll up to objectives. Okay, in the platoon assault course, they had objectives listed. How to maneuver a platoon, gain appreciation for the time-space issues in doing so. Platoon assault course, run 2. Again, platoon assault course. Oh, excuse me. I'm stupid. Up here, platoon assault course. So what we're looking for is the objectives for the again, this is platoon assault course. We're looking for the objectives for the company assault course. This is still the oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Objective. The objective is use the 2 platoons to eliminate all enemies on the map in 10 turns. No ammo restrictions. All units start line are known. The enemy positions, while known, are not considered spotted. Unlimited fire missions available. Each draw 2 cards to make an attempt. The CEO may attempt to call for fire from either mortars or the artillery, but with only 1 draw. Special rules. Objective listed for CAC run 1. Okay, so I guess CAC run 1 is that was clear all eliminate all enemy units on the map. And then clear all of the PC markers. Okay, so this is platoon assault. Of course, we're back to the top again. Okay. So, so we're back into activating. Now, excuse me. I might go and heat up my coffee. CO has a lot of orders. Where is the CO? First platoon HQ is there. CO is right here. He's pinned in cover. So technically, he's not in communication with these guys because you can't be in communication with radios when you're undercover. 2 assault teams there. So probably what we're going to do is just push the assault team up here, which means my first platoon HQ would have to come up here. He's pinned. They are not pinned. I want to move up here and get into these woods, right? And on this hill. So these are B contacts. So that should be a little bit easier. So what contact level are we at? 1, 2. Got to get these guys out of here and out from under fire. They're a fire team. They're a green fire team. They can fire here. But they're under, they are not under. Oh, they are under -1 then. They do have crossfire. Okay. Well, let's get orders from the CO. Let's draw a card for orders from the CO. CO gets 3 orders, 3 more orders. So he's going to activate these 2. So that's going to bring him down to 6. We're going to get orders for first platoon. He gets 5. Second platoon gets 3. So we are at, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that have volume of fire markers on them. 2 or more occupied cards under VOF markers, so we are engaged. Excuse me. These guys only have small arms fire against them. No, they don't. Yeah, they do because of the squad. Okay. They got small arms fire, and then these guys have all pinned. I think what I want to do is can't move up into these open fields, man. That's terrible. I could do a platoon move. How many do we have for him? 3, 5. So we're down. We didn't do the friendly hire HQ phase. Let's try that. It's probably gonna be something bad. Nope, no radio. Defensive missions, no. We're in the command phase. CO has already activated these guys. So right now we're in this impulse. We're deciding where we want to move our troops. So they're under volume of fire here. And there's open fields here. I think what the first platoon's going to do is he's going to order, or second platoon is going to do is order the machine gunner to try to concentrate fire on the foxholes. What we could also do is we can move the forward observer up here and have him try to call in fire on. I think that's what we're going to do. So what are we looking at with the 48? 34. They were saying with the mortar fire, mortar section powerful unit, various special rules. Either covered in detail in 7.32. Call for indirect fire from an on-map mortar, auto, any staff or HQ. It's automatic. Oh, indirect fire. Place appropriate VOF marker on any spotted enemy card in the originator's line of sight. So any staff or HQ can do that, and everybody's in command, right? Direct and indirect. Unmapped mortars have two methods of lay. Lay meaning how they engage targets. Direct lay is when the mortar crew can observe the target themselves, don't need an observer. When they're used this way, they fire just like any other infantry unit. So, but an FO is like off board, right? A field, a forward observer is calling in off board artillery. So this mortar section here, the platoon HQ could call unless otherwise engaged, mortar sections open fire with their basic VOF as soon as spotted enemy units are in line of sight. Not in line of sight, so we'd have to move up into the marsh. Cannot fire while exposed. Mortar sections cannot infiltrate. Mortar sections and smaller one-step teams cannot fire from woods terrain. Mortar sections can also be ordered to fire indirectly. One-step mortar teams may only use direct lay. Multiple-step communication with HQ can also be used for indirect lay. When firing direct lay, H-rated mortar section places a basic heavy weapons VOF and a PDF automatically like any other H-rated unit. Indirect lay involves employee indirect fire using an observer, just like off-map artillery and mortars. Only the multi-step mortar section may use indirect lay. Okay. I mean, this isn't great, but these assault teams aren't doing us any good up there other than possibly moving in here and revealing this potential contact. The platoon HQ has only, what, 3 orders? No, first platoon has 5. So we could do 2 to do a platoon move, 2 orders to do a platoon move. And then we could order them to start shooting at this hex here. And then we'd have to worry about cover. There's two steps of cover in there already. So we'd probably want to put the artillery in there. Let's see, if I move these guys up here, that'd be 2. We could move, the HQ could move right in, or I could just tell the Arty to move right in. Can a mortar section fire from marsh? That's it. That's it on direct fire and indirect fire. So we'd probably use direct fire. You know, let's just do it. Okay, we're going to do 2. We're going to move everybody up to this card. It does have some cover on it. We're moving here. Now, as part of that move, can I tell, or that's going to be a separate order to tell them to move? I think it's going to be a separate order. Let's just see what kind of, how many orders we have left. There's 2 there. Got 3 left. We're going to have the mortar section try to hit these guys with and where would that be? On here. Combat actions. So I have, okay, they've been spotted. I'm probably, and just you guys, oh, hey Shroom, how's it going, man? What is up? Oh, you're not here. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I keep missing people because I'm so focused on this. I am so sorry. I'm just so focused on. Oh, hey Shroom. I'm glad you're in chat. I thought you had left. My week has been a cold. My week has been, is it Sunday, Monday? Well, let me work backwards. Today was better than yesterday because Wednesday night, because I didn't have a fever. Tuesday night, I had a fever of about 100.5 twice when I checked it overnight. Wake up to go to the bathroom. I was sleeping on the couch because my wife works early in the morning. She's like, come to bed, come to bed. I'm like, no, I don't want to wake you up. When I cough, It's loud. I don't want to wake her up, So slept on the couch. The couple of times that I woke up during the night to go to the bathroom, I checked my temperature and it was 100.5. So I had a temperature on Tuesday night. Last night, I did not have a temperature. And so that's 24 hours later. And so, according to my daughter's school, they say that they do not want kids coming to school until they've gone for at least 24 hours without a fever and without taking medicine to mitigate the fever. So the last time I took medicine, well, actually, Tuesday night I had the fever. Tuesday night I had the fever. I did not take any medicine. I'm just like, you know what? They tell you if you have a low grade fever, don't take Tylenol to mitigate it because the fever means that your body is fighting against whatever it is that's trying to infect you. And so I didn't take any medication. So overnight last night, I don't know, 4 in the morning, it had been 24 hours since I had a fever. So I consider that I'm no longer contagious. Still have a cough, still have some congestion. I haven't taken any cough medicine. I took some last night at like 10 o'clock, and then I think again at 2 o'clock. You can take it every 4 hours, but I haven't taken any yet this morning. So that was Tuesday. Monday, it kind of started off. For me, it always starts out with like a scratchy throat. It always starts out with an itch in my throat, scratchiness, and that's what I was feeling on Monday. And then like Tuesday is when it really kicked in. I could tell, okay, I got a cold. I started getting the cough, a lot of coughing, especially congestion, some sneezing and stuff. But yeah, that's been this week. Thankfully, my daughter had, she's in school an extra hour or so on Wednesdays for a music lesson that she's taking. And then today she's in school for an extra hour for another thing that they're doing at school. And then tomorrow she doesn't have she doesn't have school tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm just going to tell her tonight, let's sleep in. Let's sleep in. Let's help Daddy recover from this cold because um, we have something we're supposed to do on Saturday, and I want to try to be as even though I may have to take cough medicine during the day on Saturday because we have something scheduled later in the day on Saturday. At least I won't. If I take the cough medicine, it'll just mitigate the coughing, so I won't be bothering anybody with my coughing. Yeah, thank you for your best wishes. And you're doing good? Good. When the VOF goes away, it goes back to the available contacts pile. Oh, okay. Like on the artillery. Go down here, 48. Yeah, see, I just wonder about this because it says artillery here, and I did it one time. I've done this twice, but the second time I'm like, wait a second, there's no spotter for it. So really, there's no way to mitigate this because there's no spotter. So it seems like they limited this because of the that it's a training run basically. Um, and the same thing with like the foxholes. That's why there's only 2 foxholes. And we've already got 2 foxholes. We've already got 2 foxholes out here. So basically, there's no more foxholes to be had. So any of these, um, and there's no more LMGs to be had either because there's 2 out there now, 1, 2, and one's been destroyed. So there's no way for me to place any more LMGs because there's only 3 in the counter mix. And they do say respect the counter mix. Redraw if there's not enough counters to place the package. So there's no LMGs to place, no LMG, no LMG, no LMG. So I guess I could do a squad in trench and then pull another one. Maybe I get another squad in trench. There's no foxholes. So really the only ones that are available are the squad in trench and the squad in trench and the incoming, if that's what their intention is. But for me, since these are limited, it seems to me they say, okay, well, there'd be a spotter instead of just one counter here. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't just say incoming artillery. They would put a spotter with it. I don't know. I mean, I can always do that. Um, so what I did this, so I used one order to move him up here into the cover. I used 2 orders to move the platoon up here. I could look for extra cover. Oh, they're all spotted. Exposed, I mean. What if I can highlight all these and then do a exposed on all of them? Nope. I think actually for counterplate for placing the counters and stuff, Vassal's probably better. It's got hotkeys and stuff for you to do that. So they're all exposed. This machine gunner's pinned, and he's firing over here. These guys are 2 assault teams. Oh, there is a platoon over here too, which can't move unless I do it in the unless I do it in the unless I do it in the I'll just leave it like that. Unless I move them in the general initiative impulse. So where we're at um, platoon move the forward observer under cover. Well, you know what? I don't want to do that yet because I need to order him to fire. I need to order him to roll to try to get fire on here. So how do we do that? So the order is to call in artillery fire. It is attempt to make grenade attack, throw demo charge, flamethrower, grenade, call for indirect fire, or an on-map mortar. No. Off-map firing agency, one card, one order. Cost permission instructions, any staff HQ, any eligible observer, permission instructions, draw a number of action cards per the mission instructions, modified by experience, and check for the burst icon. The icon is present. The attempt succeeds. Expend available fire mission on the mission log and place a pending fire mission counter on the target card. Now, it doesn't say, I don't think, here. Back here, go to 34. To remember, it's page 36. That's for the mortar section. Fire missions, unlimited. They can each draw 2 cards to make an attempt to call for fire. We're calling for the artillery. May also call from either the mortars or the artillery, but with only 1 draw. Battalion fire missions are not available. Okay, so we're going to draw 2 cards and see what happens. See if we get a burst icon like this one that I could have used for this here. Okay, 1, 2. No burst icon. So the CO can attempt, but he can also, the mortar section cannot order fire or fire when they're exposed. If we're going to come back over here. Like regular units, unless otherwise engaged, mortar sections open fire with their basic VOF as soon as spotted enemies are in line of sight. Mortar section cannot fire at all while exposed. Mortar sections cannot infiltrate. That's what I should have done, is I tried to infiltrate, right? I could have done that, but I didn't think of it. Let's go back to movement. Move platoon to adjacent card, infiltrate platoon. 2 orders, 2 draws. All good order units of that platoon on the same card that are not marked as exposed, that do not have a tripod symbol or a HVOF rating. Have each unit in the platoon perform an attempt to infiltrate on adjacent card units. Move to the same card. Units on the card who are out of communication with the originator remain in place. That's what I should have done. Because this machine gun's probably going to attempt to switch. So we tried for them. They cannot fire now. They're also they're marked with an H, so they would not have been able to infiltrate. So we have a VOF here of, I could attempt to fire these guys. Can they fire when they're exposed? There's a VDF here. Clone this one. We're going to rotate it. Flip it. So we got small arms fire on there. There's no small arms fire coming from these. These are both point blank. There was, but now there's not. I'm going to rotate this one this way. Left, 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 left. Because all that's in here now is 2 assault teams. Oh no, there is the small arms. I knew that. I knew that because I checked it before. Okay, so we've got these guys firing. They're all exposed. That's not good. I could try to fire the grenade. So grenade is over here. I think we're in that area. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, with a 96-page rule book, there's probably still going to be a few areas where you're kind of like, well, so what does he have? He has a bazooka, right? That's considered what, a grenade launcher? Grenade attack. Grenade launchers. Grenade launchers have a grenade VOF rating. But this one also has a grenade thing there. But this one is not point blank. It's close, so it could fire over here. Let's see. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, this is considered a rocket launcher. Okay. Light rocket launchers and recoilless rifles have a grenade G exclamation point VOF rating. Heavy mounted versions have a heavy weapons VOF. No rocket launcher or recoilless rifle may fire from building, bunker, cave, or pillbox cover. And HVOF units may conduct overhead fire, but cannot fire at all when marked with an exposed marker. Okay, so that's only HVOF units cannot fire with an exposed marker. So I guess it's time to go to Google. Rifle grenades. Well, let's come back here and look at the deal. Okay, let's look at the deal. State. Attempt to make a grenade attack. Demolition, flamethrower. Attempt to call fire, fire, fire. To concentrate fire. Select either a stack of units under a cover marker or a single unit out of cover as the target. Draw action cards and check for the grenade icon. If the icon is present, then the attempt succeeds. So this is going to be 2 cards, right? All right, so let's draw 2 cards. Again, let's go back. Let's recap. For the artillery fire, I needed to draw this icon, and I drew grenade icons. So now I'm assuming after drawing 2 straight grenade icons that I'm not going to get a grenade icon. I'm assuming. So let's draw 2 cards and see what happens. Let's see, 1, 2. Nope. So we have to put a grenade miss, which then would allow the it says it would allow the let's see if I flip this one. What does it say? Yeah. Okay. That would allow the unit that I was firing it at to try to respond. The targeted units may make a free grenade attack in response. But see, they are not grenade. They don't have the capability of doing grenade attack. They're not equipped with grenades. And if they were, they would probably be close contact. Let me check. Okay. So we did that. We placed the grenade miss. So it's still a -1. Okay. And here I have 2 assault teams. Let's close that out. So I think that's going to be it for, I mean, I could always draw for cover. Oh, there's only one cover on here. So I think I'm just going to save this last order. And hopefully they survive. All I've got left up here, I've got my 2nd Platoon HQ up here. And I think 2nd Platoon's up here. He is not under. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 2nd Platoon. I'm going to order the mortar forward observer to come up here undercover with the CO, the platoon. 3rd lieutenant. Who is it? 2nd lieutenant. I guess that's how they're numbered. 2nd is 2nd platoon lieutenant. And then he's going to try to, since he's got line of sight here, excuse me, he's going to try to call in fire. And I'm assuming that it's going to be kind of the same. Attempt to call for fire. That's off map. I guess this is off map also because it's a mortar. It's off map for mortar, 81 millimeter. Draw 2 cards. Draw a number of cards. Check for the burst icon. If the icon's present, attempt succeeds, expend fire mission, and place a pending fire mission card deal on the deal. So we're going to try to get fire down on here. So we need a burst icon. There's a burst icon. Woohoo! All right, so we got now I think this is different than I think this is a pending fire mission 4 for 81 millimeter. Let's see if it tells me up here. Oh, you know what? Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna take this since I'm just learning the game. I'm gonna take that. If I can infiltrate up here, if I can infiltrate the card, then I'm gonna take this. Okay, so we're gonna try to infiltrate. And that is, I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a mulligan there. Infiltrate, 2-card draw. Okay. Let's see if we can infiltrate. Nope. So we're up here. We did still move up here, but we are exposed. So we can't call in. Oh, wait. A forward observer can call in even though they're exposed, right? Yeah, they can call in. Any good order unit marked? No. I got to go to the next page again. Let's see. Off board. Any eligible observer permission instructions. So yeah, they can. I think just like a unit comes on a unit moves up here. They are exposed, but they can still fire. So we got to do the burst, but I don't know what 81 millimeter. That's the mortar thing. Oh, this is -3 VOF. Okay. Call for fire from either 81 millimeter mortars or artillery. So you get a -3 VOF pending fire mission coming in up here. I think this still, the crossfire still counts, right? So it'd be, these would stack together. This wouldn't count, but you would take the crossfire, I think. All right, so that was second platoon, had him move up here, ordered him to call in artillery. I think that was it. He's exposed, undercover. Get these stacked up, repack them. Oh, you're over here. Yeah, you're exposed. These two guys are not exposed. They were exposed last turn, but they survived. Okay, so that was that segment. The company commander was activated. The 2 platoons were activated. There's no CO staff. General initiative impulse. So Shroom, if you see anything you want to sit, just say, hey, you can't do that or do this or whatever. That's fine with me. Just let me know. Now this is who is up here. That's the second platoon. Oh, you know what? Stop, stop, stop. Stop, stop, stop. He can't move up there. I'm cheating. He can't move up there. Let's go back here. Let's put the orders back up here. I think he had 3 orders. Yeah, second platoon had 3 orders. He can't do that because there's nobody down here to give him an order. I'll just what I would like on this is if when you right click to do something with this counter, I would like it if the menu like started in the middle, like right here. The middle of the menu started here, and then the first section of the menu is like up here, and then the bottom section menu is down here where you could see it. Because now you have to scroll all the way out to get all the way down here to delete that counter. So this comes back over here. I'm cheating. So basically what I need to do is I need to move my CO down here. I need to move him back down here. What if I just tell him to get into cover before I leave? No, because then I'd have to come out, tell him to get in cover, then come down here. That would be 1, 2, 3 orders. No, so I just want to move down here. And then I'm going to, so that's 1. I'm going to tell the forward observer to move up here into cover, try to infiltrate into cover. So he did not infiltrate. He's undercover but exposed. Okay, he's exposed. So that was the second order. Third order, do I want to move up here and be exposed, or do I want to try to infiltrate up here? Let's try to maybe move try to infiltrate you up here. Let's see. Nope. So you're exposed. Might as well just put you in cover also. I didn't say I was going to do that. I might as well do it because you're exposed. These guys don't really come into account for anything. So that was what? Come out of cover, come down here, and wait. I think that was it, right? I had 3 orders. 1 order to come out of cover. Can I move? I think I can move directly from cover, out of cover. If I can move from here directly into cover, I should be able to move from here out of cover, right? Do you think that's true? Let's see. Let's see what Google thinks, because it doesn't really matter what I think. Let's see what Google thinks. Fields of Fire. Can a unit move from a cover marker to another card? Okay, it's marked as exposed. Unless it's moving from a trench, bunker, or pillbox to another of those types on the adjacent card. Okay, so I guess you're marked as exposed. So I wouldn't be able to move you again this turn anyways. So the first move was to move you out of cover down back to the staging area. Then you told the these guys to um, to move up here undercover, and then what else did I do? I moved the forward observer up there too, the mortar forward observer. Okay. I gotta see. This is something I feel like I gotta do better. I gotta do better at tracking the orders and stuff, and I gotta do better at remembering the rules so I don't get to a point where, like I just did with the forward observer, I just moved the forward observer up here without having any commander down here to move him, to give him an order to move. So it's gonna take me a while to get this game. It really is. I think I'm gonna take a break though, real quick, to warm up my coffee. I got some of a Starbucks coffee cake over here that's getting hard because I'm not eating it because I'm doing this stuff. So let me go ahead, and I think that's going to do it though for our thing. I think we did move the commander down, get the forward observer up there, and then do the we use the third command to move the bazooka team up there. Okay, first platoon has one saved order. The CO over here has a saved order, which he's got orders, so what could he do? Got a fire team in here and then him. Well, that's not really doing us any good at all, because I'm not going to be coming up here. What I need to do is clear this card out and then move him up here. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back in a minute. And thanks for watching. Okie dokie, I'm back. Thanks for giving me a break. I appreciate it. Let's go back into this screen over here. No, I want to go back to this screen. Okay. I didn't mean to like leave you like with this screen right here. I was kind of like gonna open it up and go, okay, look at this. But no, I'm zoomed in on these two cards. Oh no, I had my Be Right Back music up anyway. So what am I thinking of? I don't know. Yeah, so we're done with this. We're going down to General Initiative Impulse. Hopefully I'll get some nice numbers. 4. Nice. So now I can attempt again to have this forward observer find a card with a burst symbol on it out of 2 draws. So let's go 1, 2. And we got it. Now see, that's why it's important. I got the burst symbol on the first card. Got 3 of them, which means that if there was battalion artillery fire mission available, that's what that would mean. So what this means is if there's a battalion fire mission available, pretty much what you want to do is you want to place it in an area where there's going to have multiple burst effects. So you would place it like here or here. And then this means that it would hit 3 cards. It would hit the open fields and then 2 cards adjacent to the open fields, which I guess you get to select. That's what that means. That's a battalion. 150 probably millimeter artillery shell. This is an 81. So we do have contact. So we're going to grab the, we're going to come back down, not contact. We have the pending fire mission here. I don't know why there's these here. 2 different ones. That's going to go on this marker. So now we have 3 left, 3 orders left. We're going to have our artillery forward observer try to get these guys under artillery fire. We're going to draw 2 more cards. Got it. Got it again. So now this is going to be a -4. And the difference is this is artillery and these are mortars. Mortars aren't quite as powerful as the regular artillery is. So, and these also stack. So I guess miss means that it's still like a close call. But these stack together. So those are undercover. My first platoon, my third platoon, which is small arms, my mortar team there. They can't fire because they're exposed. Okay, I have 2 orders left. There's only 1 cover here. I think what I want to do is I'm going to order my my first sergeant, my first lieutenant into cover. And then also my forward observer into cover. First, my forward observer. Be nice if you could select both of these by like double clicking on them. So that's the last two orders. These guys are just going to have to remain exposed. Yep, they're exposed, they're exposed. So that's my last two orders. And so now we go into the enemy activity check. They're both firing at cards with valid targets. Okay, they're firing over here. So we have to look at every enemy on the map for activity. Determine card order randomly. So card 1, card 2. And draw a card. Under number 2, it says 1. So we're going to select these guys first, and we're going to determine what they are going to do. And that would be under the enemy pinned activity check hierarchy. It's a mouthful. Pinned on same card as opposing unit. No. Pinned on same card as opposing unit. No. Pinned not undercover. No, they're in a foxhole. Pinned undercover. So what you do is you determine first which one of these is the very first one that applies to their situation. So there's probably some of these down here that would apply to their situation, but this is the first one. They are pinned, they're undercover. So let's see, turn more assault teams. Assault team, fire team leader, spotter, sniper, weapons. Okay, they are pinned undercover. So we're going to draw a card and we'll look at the number under the number 4. Random draw. Number 4 is 3. Pinned undercover. They rally. That's great. That's just great. They rally. No, I was checking to see if this would remove. I was checking to see if that would remove the pin if you put a second pin on there. Apparently it will not. They rally. So they're going to start shooting at us again. Well, that's just wonderful. Thank you, game. So they rally. So they're shooting at us again. So this goes from being a all pinned to a automatic weapons fire. From this card here to this card down here. This one is... Okay, yeah, we got our second platoon in there. That's why. At least they're undercover. At least they get a 1. They get a 1. A +1. And then, so this is the second one we're going to resolve. So this one is undercover. They're not pinned. So that's going to be a different thing over here. This one is if they're pinned. This one is if they're in offensive. This one's if they're in a defensive. And they are deliberate defense. So on same card, no. They're not a tripod mounted grenade or heavy weapons VOF unit. They're not out of ammo. They're under fire. Under fire but not under cover. Under fire from a different direction to its own PDF. So they may start shooting at this card right here, because their PDF is down here, but they're under fire from here. So I think that's the one that we look at. They're under fire from a different direction to its own PDF. So again, we draw 4. And we get a 3. So it's shifting PDF to the direction of incoming fire. So yeah, we are going to get under fire, but not under cover. Not under fire. Yeah, it's going to shift. It's going to shift its PDF to. We're going to flip this one. We're going to rotate this one to the right. Doesn't matter, I guess. This one we're going to flip. So now we have fire going this way. We have fire going this way, but not back this way because they switched here. Enemy activity. Capture, retreat. I probably should have done this last. Oh, we're going to get a VOF marker here too. This one does not no longer has a VOF marker on it. This one does. Retreat any unpinned paralyzed team under VOF marker 1 card. Priority is no VOF. So unpinned paralyzed. Okay, you're coming back here. I think. Oh yeah, he's exposed from last turn. From this turn. Retreat any unpinned litter team plus a casualty under VOF marker 1 card. Okay. So you got to go back. There's no litter team here. Is there a litter team undercover in here? No. Is there a litter team undercover in here? No. Is there a litter team undercover in here? No. Is there a litter team undercover in here? So I wonder if a litter team was undercover. Not undercover. I mean, is there a litter team basically? Oh, this one wouldn't apply because it's under VOF. But I wonder if the litter team under VOF marker 1 card. Okay. So they can only do that if they're under a VOF marker anyway. But there isn't. So the casualties stay there. I wonder if you could voluntarily turn a paralyzed team into a litter team so they could evacuate. Okay, we don't have any AT combat. We have fire mission update. Remove existing incoming airstrike. Flip pending markers to their active sides. I'm going to flip this one. I'm going to flip this one. For each card with a PC marker friendly unit, draw the number of action cards. We don't have any friendly units on PC markers. I want to deal with those guys in the... Now, here's the thing. We could clear both of these out of here. But then if we destroy the machine guns, then there's no... if we destroy the machine guns, back here, I hope I did this. If we destroy the machine guns, then there's no machine guns left to do any of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You just have to come down to squads. I mean, regardless of how badly I'm playing the game, missing rules or doing stuff wrong, out of order, whatever, still having fun. And I'm not doing stuff wrong or out of order to try to give myself an advantage, just because I don't remember the rules necessarily. Some of the basic rules, like you have to have a commander in range, visual verbal range, in order to give a unit a command. So reach car with a piece, we're past that. We don't have any of those. Pinned recovery, move pin markers from any vehicle or infantry units that are not under a VOF. These guys are not under a VOF. Are any of them pinned? Yes. So these pinned markers go away. Which is not necessarily that good, because that means they're more susceptible to fire. These guys are, they're just exposed. They're not pinned. Okay. Now we do combat resolution. For each infantry unit on a card with a VOF marker, resolve any flamethrower attacks. Determine the NCM. Okay, we're going to come up here first. So these guys are -4 because of the artillery incoming. They're -1 because of the grenade. So -1, +1 offsets that. They do have, they also need to get a crossfire marker. Clone this one and bring it over here. Ooh. Okay. That's not what I intended to do. Oh, and they get a -1 because of airburst too in the orchard. Let's put all these like over here. Show stack contents. That's funny. So I guess instead of, you don't click on it and then click and drag it. If you click and drag it, that's where you're going to get your that's where you're going to get your, yeah. If you clone it and then click and drag it, you have to clone it and pull it off, like here, clone, and then pull it off and then drop it down. Let's see if we can put all these back over here, because I just created a bunch of them. So I want to make sure that these all stack. Oh yeah, I'm having fun with it. I like it. It's really, I don't know, it just kind of gives you the feel of what these guys were going through. I mean, bullets flying everywhere, and these guys are out in an open field. Their lieutenant told them, we got to take this field because we have to assault this. I mean, and the reason I went into the field is because there was no VOF coming in down here. It was all coming this way. So, so I want to make sure that these things stack. I think there's a VOF thing over here. VOG, VOG. Volume of fire markings, page 41. Let's go to page 41 then. All right. That was a cough. Some VOF affects the whole card or all of the opposing units that occur during point-blank combat. Others are more localized, affecting a single unit or stack units under a cover marker. So I think volume of fire for a grenade even, but I think you target a specific unit on the card with a grenade, whereas artillery fire would affect the whole card. All right, so let's go down here. Small arms, heavy weapons, special VOF. Some units have special VOF ratings which have unique rules or may require orders to carry out. Some special VOF affect the whole card like basic VOF. Others target individual units or cover markers. Incoming mortar or artillery. 710. Okay, if no other PDF VOF remains on the card, the grenade miss modifier acts as a -1 VOF by itself, affecting the whole card. Crossfire. Okay, we did that. Okay. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see, let's go back to Adobe. If a grenade attack fails, place a grenade miss modifier. The target assessment moves to the grenade miss modifier remains by itself on a card with no other VOF markers. It's treated as a -1 marker. So it's not, so it doesn't get treated as a -1 marker. So that's only if it's by itself. Concentrated fire, demolition, snipers, flamethrowers, indirect missions. Organizations providing the fire support. So it doesn't stack, but I believe Crossfire does stack. Let's look that up. These markers modify the volume of fire affecting either the whole train card. Places a modifier on a card when there are two or more PDFs being exerted towards it from different directions. Place no more than one crossfire marker on any given card. Pinned units can be used to generate crossfire. Multiple volumes of fire being exerted from the same direction but from different elevations do not qualify for. Now, see, in this one, it says a grenade miss card is only eligible if no other volume of fire remains on the card. This one does not say that. So I'm assuming that crossfire stacks. So this one does not. So we can maybe delete that one. Because that one does not. Because there's this VOF, there's this VOF. So it's going to be, got airburst here. Now, that's a question I had. Because it looked like yesterday when I was watching this streamer, he was using this modifier and not this modifier. Let's go back. Oh, let's go back. He was using, I just took off the grenade, missed grenade, because that only applies if there's no other, when combat's resolved, it only applies if there's no other VOFs on the card, and there are other VOFs on the card. Third platoon, got the anti-tank. Do I have a machine gun up here? Not in this one. No, machine gun's over here. Not that it would matter. What I need to know is how this card is resolved. Let's go back over here to the rules. Let's see if we can look up Orchard. It may explain it on the card. Two German squads, blank something or other in the orchard. Grenade miss, concentrate fire. It's got a grenade. Now see, this one still has a grenade modifier on here, grenade miss, even though there's other VOFs on the card. Oh, maybe because they're making an attack against cover? Let's see, that doesn't make sense of what the rules just said. The rules just said if there's any other VOF markers on the card, the grenade miss doesn't count. Let me try to find the orchard thing here. It would be nice if it would be nice if um, it kind of told you, it had an explanation of each card, you know. Woods got airburst. Okay, what does the airburst do? Let me airburst. Airy burst? No, airaburst. Okay, let's try to spell AIRBURST. And there's still nothing in here for airburst? Really? Interesting. Okay. Let's see if we can find anything in the rules. Mortar? I guess mortar. Artillery. Here. My phone's beeping at me. What's my phone beeping for? Okay. Tottenham looks like they're going to win. Okay. Sorry for a spoiler. Of course, you never know with Tottenham anyways. You could say, it's Tottenham's up 3, and this isn't the case, but Tottenham's up 3-0 in the, early in the second half. Looks like they're going to win. That doesn't mean anything. Artillery. Did I look up artillery? Artillery. Fire support. Observer. Designated command relationship. Staging areas. Artillery direction network. Some missions, illumination may be available on its own units, sort of white phosphorus fire mission, open terrain between the two sides. Card being hit by artillery. Okay, that's a dense forest, so it's -1. -5. In the combat effects segments, Panzerschreck's VOF is ignored. But it doesn't really tell you how it's resolved. This might have to be a Google one. Okay, if a drawn card, okay, change the burst icon. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be a Google one. Let's go out to Google. Artillery attack on woods. Which cover is used? I don't see anything in here. Okay, let's go to woods, cover, and concealment. That's why I wish there was show me a glossary of the cards and tell me what each terrain card means. You know, show me a glossary of the cards. Lay out the terrain cards. I mean, because they go into examples, but like here, they don't tell you, okay, this terrain card here, this means, I mean, not everything, they don't have to go through everything, but the ones that have special things, like the airburst one, it's got a special one. This one has like this over here, this indicator, which is like you have to draw. If you find cover on this card, you have to draw a subsequent card to find out if that cover is a multi-story building. On this one over here, this one's a hill. These have airburst signals. So is this a +1, -1 if it's an airburst, or if it's an airburst, it's just a -1? You know what I'm saying? I know. I think this is the cover and concealment value right here. It's the +3, and sometimes there's another plus marker if it's a lower cover concealment depending on where the fire is coming from. Like here, this hedgerow, it's a +2 if the fire is coming from here or here. If it's coming across the open section of the marker of the card, then it's only +1. But I know, like on woods too, woods have a indicator on here. It shows a silhouette of a tank, and it's got the word no. Okay. That means I can't have any silhouettes of tanks coming in here. I'm thinking maybe this means it's just the negative number. But you think they would have that over here then? It would say +1, but then it would show there'd be an airburst icon down here and say -1. If it's just, it wouldn't have it over here. Maybe I can find airburst in this section. I don't know why. I know I've read it in the rules. I've seen the word airburst in the rules. And this one says, no, you haven't. You're lying. There's no airburst in our rules. Mortar. How about mortar? Oh, Chelsea's doing something. How about mortar in woods? How about woods? How about maybe woods card? What would you call this? I mean, I know I've read it in the rules. Woods terrain. They cannot fire from woods. Okay. Got it. Got it. Come over here to the rules. Scroll to the top. It's kind of interesting because it's kind of like Google. Like with Google, you have to ask the exact question that Google, it's got to be worded exactly the way that Google can understand it in order to get an answer. You can't just, you know, you can't just randomly put words in there. Fields of fire, mortar attack on woods resolution. Incoming mortars. I think this is actually open though on my other thing. I think this is actually over here. No. F3. Mortar. Call for fire on map mortar. Okay. That's not, this isn't it. Mortar attack on woods, combat resolution. Combat resolution. See, the thing is, though, that the game is like 15 years old. And the game is 15 years old. And so, depending on what you're looking at, you could be looking at the wrong thing. Mortar, incoming mortars, incoming marker on the gully. I'm looking for incoming marker on the woods. I'm gonna try Google one more time. Mortar attack on woods, combat resolution. Which cover is used? Field manual. Do I have this? Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. Yeah, use high cover concealment. It's coming across dark borders. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this just because it's saying if it's coming across one of these borders, it's a +1. If it's coming as an air burst, it's a -1. So that's what it's going to be. I'm not going to use this to offset it. So we're going to go with -4, -5, -6, a +1 for the foxholes. So it's going to be a -5. It's probably going to be a pin or a no. It's going to be a miss or a pin. Watch. Excuse me. Whew. So yeah, -4 for the artillery. I don't even know what this -1 means. Oh, -1 ammo maybe. Or -1 mission. -4, -5, -6, and +1 for the foxhole. So it's a -4. And it is a hit. And it is a fire team. So this machine gun becomes a fire team. And they also are hit. No, not you. Not you, silly. I mean, they're also pinned. So does it flip to a fire team? Yes, it does. They're still in the foxholes. They are pinned. Excuse me so much. Excuse me. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Back and better than ever. Okay, so these guys are still under here, but we still have to resolve down here too. Okay, you are going to be -3, -4. This one doesn't count. -3, -4, +1, +1. Because, well, no. There's no modifier, right? Is there a modifier? I guess if it's coming from above. So I understand if it's coming across the green ones, then it's +2. It's coming across the white ones, then it's +3. The or +1. The Fort Observer, the mortar is along this line right here. So again, I don't know. So just for that, if I'm going to give it any cover at all, I'm going to give it 1 because it's coming across the solid line here. So this is going to be a -4 +2 is -2, I think. So -2 is a pin. You are pinned. I would have preferred something other than pinned, but you know, can't always get what you want. This is going to be an all pinned. Where's the state? Oh no, this one. So I believe I believe this changes now, right? Because this is pinned. I would think it doesn't though. It wouldn't change until after. It wouldn't change until after combat because combat's simultaneous. So you don't update any of these unless, oh, you know what? They can't see out of this hex, out of this card. Okay, these got flipped over to incoming, so they don't have a line of sight out of the card. So they do not have a line of sight over here. They do not have a line of sight in here. So this is, so yeah, they're not going to be able to see to fire out of here, even though they're pinned. And they're not going to be able to see to fire out of here. So we're not going to update any of that until we resolve the turn. So they can't see out of here. So at the end of the turn, these will go away. We can still see in. So they will become unexposed. There's no fire here because they can't see out because of the incoming marker. In fact, they may just bug out because they don't have a target now. So we'll have to wait and see how that resolves itself. So that's been resolved. That's been resolved. I gave them the -1 because we can see down the gully. So they're pinned. They're reduced and pinned. There's no fire here because you can't see out of the card because of the incoming. Can't see out of the card because of incoming, so no fire here. So this looks like we're cleanup phase. So we're going to click on cleanup over here. Get rid of all those markers. And then we're going to go let's see. Concert debut track grenade miss markers. Yeah, we already removed the grenade miss markers from this. Evacuate casualties from markers. Enemies firing cards without valid target shift cease fire. They I guess we have to update this now, right? So this gets flipped. Because they can't see out. And then the incoming marker does not get removed until the next, we go through this whole phases again here. So probably what's going to happen here is that they're just going to bug out because they don't have any target. They can't see anything. This one gets flipped because they're not shooting this way. Enemies firing at cards without valid targets shift or cease firing. Yeah. So they're not firing because they don't have a valid target because they can't see out of the card. Reset mind markers, just VOF, PDF, and activity levels as a result. So we still, so we don't have a VOF here. We don't have a VOF here. We still have VOFs here and here. So we're still at engaged with 2 or more occupied cars having a VOF marker on it. So What do we want to do now? I think that's it. We come back up here. I don't think we're doing this one in in these training missions. Okay, we're going to activate the CO. Again, the CO has got a ton of orders. And he's going to draw again to get 4 more orders. He obviously is going to activate the first platoon and second platoon. First platoon spot. Let's see. Okay, let's draw for first platoon. They get 5 orders. Nice. They had 1. They get 5. Get to reshuffle, but I'm drawing for second platoon, so I'm still going to draw the card that I need, and they get 2. Second platoon hasn't been getting enough orders. Reshuffle. Oh, wait a second. Draw a command, HQ or staff. They're not under VOF markers, so let's see. Show stack contents. Oh, he's down here. He's not undercover. But I think the company HQ is undercover, and so I think they are they get 1 more command, so they actually have 11 commands. But now they have 8. No, they have 9 because they just issued these 2 orders. This one, they also get an additional command because they're undercover. So that was who? Hopefully it was second. But I think it was first. Yeah. So first gets another command. They've got 7. So what we're going to do is say first platoon is going to move up here, try to infiltrate. No, it can't infiltrate. It's not on a VOF. So you're exposed, but you're going undercover. You're going to go into the cover here. You are going to that's 1 order, and that was second platoon. That was 1 order. Okay, you are exposed. Oh, he's only pinned. So for right now, I'm not sure if you can do this. I'm not sure if you can do this. If you can like do like one command for a second platoon and then jump over to first platoon and then come back to second platoon and then can you move around like that? I don't see anything in the rules that says you can't. So this is going to go away. This guy's broken basically. He does have assault fire at close range. Oh, he has assault fire at close range. I mean, but he's under a incoming marker. They've got assault. I could send one of these guys up in here. Attempt to infiltrate. And then try to call down more fire. Or I could just try to call down more fire first. That'd be first platoon, and first platoon has a bunch of orders. So let's try to call down. Let's have the Artie attempt to call down more fire here. And then we're going to come up here. We'll send this team up here to try to clear out this one. Yeah, so let's try to get more artillery fire on here first of all. So the first order will be the first platoon HQ ordering the artillery forward observer to call in fire on this card. So we're going to draw 2 cards. It's going to be one order. Can he be exhorted to try again? Exhort. Just failed an attempt. Draw 1 more action card. Okay, so let's do that. Be another command. If this doesn't work, I could also try to call in, I believe. Got it. All right, so we got more trouble raining down on this guy. Now he might move out in the enemy activity phase. Both of these guys might bug out. But we got another incoming over there. Another pending over here. So in the incoming phase, in this phase over here, the incoming will go away. The incoming will be removed, but then the pending markers will flip back over again. So I'll see. Oh, you know what I got to do? And I don't know if I did this. I'm on turn 6. So that was what, 3? 3 orders. 1 for 2 cards, another exhort. So now for my third order, I'm going to order the third platoon's first squad up here. They can't infiltrate because there's no VOF up here. There's no VOF down here. And this guy can't do anything because he is not with his sergeant. Now, I could order an assault team in here and try to infiltrate and try to find cover. But I think I'm going to not do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to move, we're going to have the, he's not exposed anymore. I don't know why it wouldn't have removed him. That would have been cleaned up at the end of the that last phase. He is going to order the artillery or the mortar to put fire down over here. So he's going to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Now, oh no, he was exposed. I'm sorry because I moved him up here. He was exposed, so that's my bad. I gotta quit second guessing myself. So that was my last order. I only had 2. That's great. This guy's only pinned. And I don't have any more orders. So it's going to have a +1 on there. I could tell my CO to move over here to start giving some orders. I think that's going to be one of those the biggest challenges in the game for me is making sure that my teams get enough orders to do stuff and or they stay in communication. Now, if this was a regular game with radios and stuff, they would be in communication because they're in adjacent hexes, cards. But I mean, right now, got nine orders. He's not doing anything. How much do I have under cover here? Got 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. There's only 1 cover here. See, once the smoke lifts, there's going to be a volume of fire on here, but it's going to be all pinned. It's going to be a +2. We've got him here. I could send the mortar forward observer over to the woods so the CO can give him more orders. I can't. I don't have any more orders left from my platoon HQ. He could exhort him, I guess, to do that. I don't have any more orders here to do anything with these guys. platoon HQ. Second platoon HQ is done. So what can he do? He can. I think he can call in, can't he? He can order. Um, he can call over here and order the. Doesn't have to be in the same area. He can order the mortar unit to try to fire. But that would just be an. He would just exhort him to do that. He would draw one more card. It's fire team. I really can't do anything else. I really don't know what the. I mean, you could always look for more cover. I could always come out of cover and look for more cover. Might not be a bad idea. I got tons of orders here. How about if I do this? How about if I order myself to come out of cover and then I order myself to look for cover? Because then that way I might, if I get more orders next time, I might be able to move this squad over this way. Or I could come out of cover, move. Oh, this is going to leave me exposed, right? Can I come out of cover and try to infiltrate out of cover? No, because I'm not on a VOF. So I'm exposed if I do this. That might not be a good idea. So let's not do that. Just thinking these things through after I'm like, oh yeah, there's that rule. Oh yeah, there's that rule. Oh yeah, there's that rule. Yeah, bad idea. I heat up my coffee and I get like 2, 3 sips of hot coffee. And then it's cold again. Oh, I'm sorry, man. This whole time I'm over here. I still got the Adobe thing up. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I ordered this squad up here from the marsh. Go up here, see what's going on. He's exposed. Could not try to infiltrate because there's no VOF here. There's no VOF here. Couldn't infiltrate. He came out of this stack here. No, he wasn't in the stack. Only these guys are in the stack. Then I used my artillery forward observer to bring down more fire on this card. Then I brought my first lieutenant up here. That was one, to tell the mortar forward observer to try to bring fire down on this one. And it could not. And then I exhorted him to do it again. Actually, I couldn't exhort him because I only had 2 orders. So first order was moving up here. Now I'm exposed. Because I could not infiltrate because neither card had a VOF on it. And then I tried to get him to bring down mortar fire on this card. It did not succeed. So now I have no more orders to order for this third lieutenant. Second lieutenant, I'm thinking that's how they're named. Second lieutenant would be the leader of second platoon. I think. This guy has got a lot of orders. He is undercover. He is undercover. And he's got a lot of orders, but there's really nothing he can do with them. I don't think the fire team can search this for potential contact. Let me Google it. Can a fire team be used to reveal a PC? No, fire team cannot be used to scout ahead or reveal the presence of a player character, or any other enemy. So can't do it. So actually we're gonna lose 3 orders here. Can only save and that's because really what I should do is I see you just take him. I should move him out of here. Is what I should do. I think I'm going to do that. Now this is he is pinned, but he can still shoot. He can shoot once the incoming thing is done. But I think they're going to retreat. So I think what I'm going to do is instead of doing that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move him out. I'm going to mark him exposed. Get him out of there because he's not doing any good over there. The mortar section is not exposed anymore, so we could actually have the mortar section shoot over here also. And they have a heavy VOF. There's going to be more fire coming down here, though, so I think these mortars, I think I read that these mortars act like grenades, I think. But we're going to have a -4 on here, so I think that's going to be the highest VOF. But at least let's get him off that card and see if there's anything else that can be done. And then we're going to have first platoon say, okay, excuse me. There's only one cover in here. Let's move both of these assault teams. That's 1, 2. Sorry, guys. Save those 2. And then he's going to tell himself to move over here. He is going to take your spot undercover. Sorry, boys. Because he is way more valuable than you guys are. You're both exposed. Sorry about that. And you guys are still out in the open too, because there's only one thing of cover here. I'm trying to drive these guys off. So you're going to save your commands. I think we're going to flip you for being done. Let's see how many general initiatives I can get. I can get one. So let's use that. Now, oh, we're in a different impulse, right? So I couldn't exhort him to call down more fire. Well, I did. No, I couldn't. But even so, we're in a different impulse, so he can attempt to call down fire again. 1, 2, and he's successful. Nice. So there's going to be a -3. Pending fire mission again on these guys. Okay, can't. It's something we wouldn't be able to do in the platoon impulse. We ordered him. We moved our lieutenant up here. We ordered the mortar fort observer to call fire. It was not successful. So now in the general initiative impulse, we ordered him to bring down fire, and it was successful. So now we have another order. You know, this is where did that assault team come from? Was it already up here? No. These guys. These guys are exposed. Yeah, okay. Anything else that I can do? This is really brutal because, like, there's no cover in here. So that's one. There's got to be something else I can do. Oh, let's have him roll for cover. Get 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it on the first card. So you get to go undercover. All right. So we're done here. Enemy phase, enemy activity check segment. Got to do it randomly. So 1, 2. Draw a card. 2 is 2. So we're going to resolve this one first. He is undercover, pinned, with multiple VOFs on top of him. I got a lot of notifications because I follow the English Premier League, and there's like 3 or 4 teams playing in different competitions today, and so I'm getting a lot of messages, a lot of pinned on same card, pinned on same card, pinned, not undercover, pinned undercover. Okay, pinned undercover. So we're going to look for we're going to draw a 4 because we're in the, there's no leader. And draw a random number under 4, and it's a 1. So pinned undercover, it's no action. And I'm not sure if there was something special scenario. Um, 34. Okay, yeah. So it is a no action. They don't do anything. They just stay in their foxhole, pinned. This unit over here is the same. They are pinned, but they're a fire team. So let's come down here and see what they do. They are pinned undercover. So that's the first one. Okay, pinned on same card as opposing unit, not under cover. Pinned on same card as opposing unit, no. Pinned, not pinned under cover. So they also draw a, that's the first one. So they tell you, start at the top, work your way down, stop at the first one that applies. They are pinned under cover. So let's see what this is under 4. It is a 2. And they have no leader in there with them, so they do no action. They're just going to hang out there and look for more fire coming out of the sky. So that is that. Mutual retreat and combat fire mission update. Remove existing incoming airstrike white phosphorus markers. Clear enemy activity. What that one is. Okay, we're going to do this. Well, I don't need to do that. I'm flipping this over, which is the same thing as this one. So I could just remove this one here. And that just stays on there. Same with this one over here. So we got fire coming in. Potential contact for each card with a PC marker friendly unit. Draw the number of action cards in a potential draw. So this, we got to do this. We are still, what, under engaged? We got two cards with VOF markers on them. 2 or more occupied cards under VOF markers. So we are engaged. This is a B. Under engaged, we draw 3 cards. We're looking for contact. Let's see if we can just not get contact. Like I see some people on YouTube, other streamers, not streamers, but they might stream on YouTube. I'm not sure if their videos are live or not because they were made like a few months ago. Yeah, like half of their draws, possibly more than half, maybe 50, 60% are no contact for PC markers. I'm like, I think it was in the last one, the last mission that I tried, all 4 markers had contacts on them. In fact, to the point where I only had 3 machine guns available to me, and the last one was a machine gun draw. I had to re-roll it because I didn't have any machine guns left. There was 3 of them out on the board. So let's see if there's contact. Cover, rally. No contact. Woohoo! Yay, let's get rid of that one. All right. Got no contact there. That's the only one that has a friendly unit on it. So we're going to... Oh. We need to do a... PDF. Fire coming in from here. Oop. Not 2 of them. All right. So now we got crossfire still. Pin recovery segment. Remove pin markers from any vehicle or infantry units and not under VOF. So, exposed. Let's see. Okay. Nobody is pinned. So it says any. So I guess if these guys were not under VOF markers, they would have their pin status removed. I don't know if I did this right last time. I'm not sure if I added in the +1 for being pinned. Make sure I do that. Let me just do this first. Do that. Let me make sure I count everything. Okay. Now we're moving to the combat effects segment. For each infantry, resolve flames, card hit. All right, so this is the first one. Again, we're doing -4, -5, -6, +1, +2. So we're at a -4. Again, I'm counting this one as this is an air burst, incoming artillery air burst. So it makes sense that there's no positive cover for an air burst. It's just -1 for the air burst and the woods and the wood that's being splintered off and raining down on the soldiers. -4, -5, -6, +1, +2. So that is a -4, which is a hit. And then this is a single step team. They are a paralyzed. So they become paralyzed. Do I have a there's no step for this. So I guess they just go away. So now we've destroyed 2 machine guns, and they become a paralyzed, which I believe is over here. Well, you know, I deleted that contact. I shouldn't have, because those are limited. They should just go back into the mix over here. That's important. Where's my paralyzed markers? Well, let's just do this. Let's just clone this one. But I can't clone it because I'm too far zoomed in. And he's still pinned because he was hit. Okay, that's been resolved. Now you're next. Did I draw for random? I'm not sure if I drew for random. Okay, this one's going to be -3, -4, +1 because of the incoming. So -3, -4, +1, +2, +3 is -1. -1 is a hit. And then this is going to be resolved with a fire team, just like the last one. So this one gets resolved by being flipped over to its fire team side and still being pinned and still in the foxholes. Okay. So I think that's it. There's no... Oh, wait. Yeah, those got resolved. So these stay on here again. There's no fire out of these cards because of the smoke, the dirt, the dust, the sod, plants and stuff being thrown up into the air under the incoming mortar fire. So yeah, there is, although we can see into it, they cannot see out of it. It's just, I mean, basically the sky is falling on top of them and they just cannot see out of all of that debris that is hanging heavily in the air. All right, so cleanup phase. Because there's no fire against us, against our guys, we're going to clean up. Oh, did I not do that right? I think I moved it ahead last time because I didn't think I moved it, and I'm not supposed to move it. So I'm actually going to move it back here. Because I'm not supposed to move it because when I click on the cleanup phase, it moves it automatically. Again, let me suppose move fired. Moved, fired. Is that for vehicles maybe? Concentrated fire, booby trap grenade, grenade miss markers. Evacuate casualties from cars designated for casualty evacuation. You know what I need to do with one of my guys? I think my CO that's up here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a casualty collection point over here. Evacuate casualties. Enemies firing at cars without valid targets shift cease fire. I'm not sure how that's resolved as far as they're basically ceasing fire for the last 2 turns. Maybe that just means updating the PDFs to reflect that. Okay, we're still under VOFs here and here, so we're still at engaged. And then I think that's it. Friendly higher HQ, command phase, activate the CO with commands. He gets 3. Maybe you can do more of them this time. Back up to 10 again. Oh, I'm back up to 11 because he's undercover, right? Yeah, he gets an extra one because he's undercover. All right, so what is he now? He's in the foxholes. He's pinned. He's paralyzed. Okay, so we're gonna take that card. We're not gonna send fire in there this time. Of course, we're gonna activate you. Okay, first platoon. Let's draw a card. See how many orders you get. 5. Are you undercover? Yes, you are, right? And second platoon is undercover also. So you get 6. Because down here it says command draw modifiers, undercover +1. They're not under any VOFs. See, that's something I didn't do last time. I didn't, and maybe earlier in this run, I didn't adjust my orders, my commands based on this right here. So you get 6 to 8. Second platoon usually draws like a 1 or a 2. 3. Okay, it gets 4 because it's undercover. Okay. You are a fire team, automatic weapons. You're pinned, foxholes. I don't know if I should send fire up there against you again or just send in a couple squads to try to route you out of there. They don't have any the squads don't have any grenades. See, really, this is the time This is the time. I only draw 3 cards if we're engaged. So this is the time really where I want to take these locations. But I have to tell them to cease fire. I have to tell these guys to cease fire into these cards. How about if the CO just walks around and tells everybody and says, cease fire, cease fire, cease fire. You got to move, give an order. Move, give an order, move, give an order. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I mean, do I have to give an order to all these guys? Or can I just give an order to the whole, like, platoon or whatever? Let's go over here. Platoon ceasefire, right? Combat actions. Okay, 1 auto. Remove the VOF PDF generated by all occupants of the card. Once the order is given, it is passed on and carried out by all units on the card, whether they are in communication or not. Note that all units will immediately open fire automatically on enemies in line of sight. Oh, wait. That's this over here. That is this over here. Cleanup phase. Enemies firing at cards without valid targets. Shift, cease fire. What about my guys? My guys have to be given an order, it looks like, to cease fire. Remove the VOF PDF generated by all occupants on the card. Once the order is given, it is passed on and carried out by all units on the card, whether they are in communication or not. Any unit in communication exerting a VOF regardless of the chain of command. Okay, so I might have to send my CO up here. I might send the first platoon up here after maybe I do a couple of things down here, because my first platoon's got so many orders. See, I may not want to cease fire until I can find out what this is. It still has a VOF on it. So I could try to infiltrate. Excuse me. So let's use the first, well, since he's got more commands, let's come out of cover, the CO, and mark him exposed. He's going to order the assault team to move up in here and try to use infiltrate. He does not infiltrate. So he's marked exposed. That's going to reveal a potential contact over here. This fire team cannot do that. We're going to order him another command from the CO. Mark him exposed. So the CO had 10, came out of cover, ordered 2 units. Go up, find out what's in the open fields and in the orchard. We know what's in the orchard. I guess we can tell the Artie again to try to, you can order the artillery or the mortar forward observer to try to bring down more destruction on that card. So we'll do that with the second platoon. Okay, let's see. 2 cards. Got it. We got another incoming fire mission over here. So we're going to stay well clear of that card. These guys are having a very bad day. They still cannot see out of this card. Probably my mortar, my artillery forward observer would probably be better up here because it can see into this card and into this card. But if I kept my platoon down here, if I move my platoon up here, it would be able to relay orders through the company commander to the forward observer if we get contact on these 2 cards here. So maybe I'll do that. Let's move you up here, undercover. You're exposed, but you're undercover. Now I'm gonna have to decide. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna order you also. Who is this? Your first platoon, yeah, 3rd of 1st. Okay. So we're gonna order you to ceasefire. What did I just do over there? First platoon. He moved undercover, and then he's telling these guys here to ceasefire. I got both of you guys over here. I can't move him again. So he's going to be under fire from here. I can order this card to cease fire. Okay, the CEO is going to order this card to cease fire. I'm going to remove that one. We're going to remove, there's no crossfire. So we're going to go, that's point blank. That's long range, but that's small arms. So we're going to have is the small arms. We're going to remove the crossfire. Now these guys are going to be pinned under fire, but they're paralyzed. So we'll see how that plays out. You know what? Cleanup phase. Wasn't there something in here about removing paralyzed units? Retrieve resolve. I guess not. Okay. So I hope I'm tracking these orders properly. Okay, he moved up here into cover. He ordered this guy to quit. Oh, you know what? I cannot cross a PDF from this fire right here with my leader. So I don't think I can make that move. It's still going to be only, I mean, I could also, if I get enough orders, I can order them just to stop firing, but I can't cross the PDF marker. Okay. I'm sorry. You want the gray paralyzed unit so you don't confuse it for a friendly. Oh, over here. Is there a state on this one? Or do I actually have to so there's actually a German paralyzed unit. German paralyzed unit. That's not paralyzed. I don't see a German paralyzed unit. So maybe this one has a state. Nope. Can't delete this. Why won't it let me pick it up and just put it back in the bag? Okay, well. Do. Oh, what was I going to do with one of my guys here? I was going to order him to put a casualty collection point down here. Yeah, I don't think I'll get confused with it. Thanks, Shroom, for coming in. Appreciate you. I got to get ready to get going here in a few minutes because my daughter's getting off school in about a half an hour. And there's no school tomorrow. Yay! So let's try to resolve these. Clone this one. Gotta come back up here. Clone this one. Come back up here. Oh, no. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Okay, they're still firing in here because I can't move my... so this goes away because he didn't move. I can't move, and he's still under cover. I might go back to using Vassal for this. Until there's like a little short manual or how to or something on how all the features of this work. Because I know I'm not using all of the features because I don't know how to use all the features. They're still firing from here, still firing from here. I can't cross over this way. I guess I could come this way and then up this way, but then I'm going to be exposed. Once I'm exposed, I can't move again. So this is going to be revealed. This is going to be revealed. Let's just go into that then. How many orders do I have left? These guys have enough orders left, I think. I'm just kind of at the point right now. I just kind of want to get this resolved. Let's go down here to General Impulse, see what happens with this. Draw a card. I get 2. So we're going to tell him to cease fire. We're going to tell him to cease fire. The volume fire in this card is going to go down to 0. Delete that. There's not going to be any incoming on this. There's no VOF over here. So we're actually going to be down to drawing 5 cards, which probably isn't good. I mean, it's, you know what? I'm going to leave these on, and I'll tell you why. Did I try to, did I try to infiltrate up here and it didn't work? I don't remember. Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm going to leave these on because these are both small arms. These are both small arms fire. And small arms fire is just a +0. It's only there to generate a VOF. So, so I did stop this fire in from here. So, let's resolve those. Let's go into enemy contact or any enemy activity segment. Enemies firing at cards without valid shift target shift ceasefire. Right. Well, they did cease fire. They have ceased fire. Oh, without valid targets. No, that's not true. There's valid targets where they were shooting, but there's no, they can't see out of the hex because of the incoming markers. So determine card order randomly. So we're going to draw a 2. Oh, you know what? Not, because this is a paralyzed marker. So this is the only one that we're resolving. No, I think we still resolve that too. Let's see. We got a 1. So let's see. we're looking over here under pinned, LAT pinned, it's pinned, pinned on same card as opposing unit. Yes, pinned on same card as an opposing unit and not undercover. It's undercover. Pinned on same card as an opposing unit and undercover. All right, so we're going to draw a random 5, and that is a 2. Pinned on same card as an opposing unit and undercover. That is no action. Just going to hang out there. Okay. Now, I think the paralyzed units act differently, but there's still a unit that can be targeted with fire. So, this guy is a pinned fire team in a foxhole. So he is pinned on same card as an opposing unit. No. No, pinned, pinned undercover. Okay, so now we draw a 4. Oh, wait. Pinned undercover. He is a fire team. He's a fire team. So the first one is pinned undercover. But down here, fire team undercover on opposing unit's card. No, he's not on opposing unit's card. Not on opposing unit's card. Not undercover, under opposing. So it's still this one right here. So we draw 4. Pinned undercover. No. We want to draw a card. Pinned undercover is a 4. It's number 3. It rallies, right? Pinned undercover. It rallies. I don't even know if I'm doing this right or not, but it says it rallied. And you're just going to get more destruction rained down on you. Okie dokie, those two. Capture, retreat. Oh, capture, retreat. Capture any paralyzed or litter team alone on a card with unpinned infantry units with a VOF rating from the opposing side. Any paralyzed or litter team alone on a card with unpinned infantry units with a VOF rating from the opposing side. So that would be this one. So I capture this guy. So unfortunately, this guy's going to get fire at a -2. So I'm not sure how this gets resolved. If side does not take prisoners, convert capture steps to casualties. Designate guard step, remove guards. Enemy casualties and occupied and friendly occupied cards are captured. I don't know. Retract. Check for effects of CS gas. Unpinned paralyzed team under VOF marker 1 card. Retreat any unpinned paralyzed team under a VOF marker 1 card. So these guys are not under VOF. They're not. But this guy was under VOF, but it was an enemy VOF. So capture any paralyzed or litter team alone on a card with unpinned infantry units with a VOF rating from the opposing side. Retreat any paralyzed unit. But it was pinned, so it wouldn't have worked anyway. Retreat any unpinned litter team plus casualty under VOF marker. Priority is no VOF, then best cover and concealment. Okay. That one. Fire mission update phase. This gets removed because we didn't call in more fire. This gets converted to this, so we're just going to delete this one. Potential contact for each card with a PC marker and friendly unit. Draw the number of action cards indicated. So now, That still has a VOF marker on it. So that's got a VOF marker. That's got a VOF marker. So we're drawing for B. We're drawing under engage still. We're drawing 3 cards, right? Because we're still under engaged because there's 2 cards that have VOF markers on them. So we're drawing 3. So let's pick randomly 1, 2. Oh, look, I missed the contact. 2. We're going to do 2 first. I'm going to do this one and then this one. 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. No contact. Which one was it? 2? 1, 2, 3. It was 2. Okay. Sorry. So this one, there's no contact. Oh, I'm not supposed to delete those. I'm supposed to send them, return them to the bag. Darn it. Okay, still we're at engaged B. We're drawing 3 cards. Three cards for here. 1, 2, 3. Reshuffle, no contact. Nice. I returned it back. That's important because you have a limited number of these markers. I don't know if you can clone. I guess you can clone one, so, but you only get like 16 of them. So these are cleared. This one's the only one that we need to clear. Hopefully we'll do that next turn. Update the current. Okay, so we still got this. This is no longer valid. So we're going to move that over here. Going to move that over there. The foxholes. This is still valid. This guy's not pinned anymore. And now we're going to resolve combat. Nobody else has pinned markers. We're going to resolve combat. I think that stops there. Doesn't come through here. This can't see out still. Okay. Okay, this is going to be we're going to do this card first. Okay, this is going to be a -2. They're not in the foxhole, so it's going to be a -2. With that, hopefully they don't. -2 is a miss. -2 is a miss. Nice. So they were under fire from these 2 cards because you actually have to give teams orders to stop firing. So this assault team was under fire, but they missed. So they did not get hit. We already did this one, so now we have to do this one. This is going to, again, it's going to be a -4. I only need 1 on there. This is going to be a -4 +1 +2. -3, -4, +1, +2. So it's going to be a -2. It is a pin, another pin. Okay, cleanup. Let's do cleanup. Okay, remove the marker ahead 1 turn. Up here. Evacuate casualties from cards designated for casualty evacuation. I don't know if this casualty collection card had to be on his card. I'm going to say it had to be on the CO's card because he's the one who called for it. So I'm just going to evacuate this one over here. I might be wrong. Probably am. Concentrated fire, booby track, grenade miss. Evacuate casualties from cards designated for casualty evacuation. Enemies firing at cards without valid target shift cease fire. So again, they do not have any line of sight out of this card. Let's see, reset mines, all that stuff. Okay. So really, if this could be, I get going. Okay. That's going to do it for me. End of the turn. This is going to be, we're going to save this as what? Turn 8? No. Turn 7. So let's go ahead and save it as turn 7. Game, save and load. We're going to save game. Field of fire. Field of fire. CAC, run 2. PCS, turn 7. Okay, I'm not going to do my normal outro today because I've got to get going to pick up my daughter. So thanks for coming in the stream. Thanks for coming in the stream, Shroom. And thank you so much for helping me out with my questions and stuff. And we'll see you next time. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm not going to do my usual outro because, like I said, I got to go pick up my daughter after school. So, so this is what the final thing looks like. And not the final, but this is what it looks like now. So, so yeah, so I'm going to head out and thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.